All right, for this lesson, we're going to just dive right in. In previous lessons, we discussed the importance of a sales process and the elements of a good one. Now you get to take those elements and design a sales process that works for you. We will build this process around the 3 stages: pre-sales activities, customer engagement, and post-sales activities. As you build your pre-sales activity stage, it's important to be thinking about what knowledge and skills you need that will support your actual sales call and give you the highest likelihood of success. Make a list of things that you need to know about your prospect. Details like title, industry, current solution provider, maybe buying cycle, how did they engage with you, or did you cold call them, or maybe they contacted you in some other way. Next, test your own product knowledge. How well do you know the details of your solution and how it actually solves a problem? What do you still need to know? Who can you reach out to in your company in order to understand it better? How well do you know your competition? Make a list comparing and contrasting your solution with theirs. You should understand their products as well as you understand your own. Now, move into the preparation phase. Do you have a written call strategy? What are your objectives for the meeting? Are they measurable? What do you expect to happen after the meeting? What presentation materials do you need? What stories do you plan to leverage? Make a list of potential customer objections and create a story to combat each one should they arise. Lastly, once you've got all this information in a clear and easy to access plan, practice your call with a coach or peer. Then review it again on your own, visualizing the scenarios. Now you're ready for phase 2. As mentioned in a previous lesson, we have found the customer engagement stage works best when you follow a certain order. Step 1 is create connection. This goes beyond simply rapport building. It requires you to create an introduction story that shares who you are and why you do what you do. For specific examples of how to create this type of story, visit our website, www.braintrust101.com. Step 2 is to identify and prioritize the issues the customer is facing. For more information, refer back to the previous lesson on understanding your customer's issues. Next up, we move into creating credibility. This is where you explain through a company story why you and your company are the most credible to solve the problem. From there, you solve the problem by presenting your solution. Think about creative ways to do this through stories and analogies and engaging visuals. Don't be boring and don't be a data dumper when presenting the solution. Use emotion and story-based techniques to maximize the customer's engagement. From there, you can address any objections the customer may have, but do so through narratives, not facts. Don't try to convince them that their objection is unfounded. Simply walk them through a story that shows them their fears are normal, but don't result in the worry that they currently have. Lastly, gain the commitment. Get them to decide the next step. Most people call it closing, but I teach folks not to close. If you follow the framework I just laid out, by the end, the customers should really close themselves. If they don't, you should reflect back on the steps and see where you might have missed an opportunity. Now you're on to building your last stage, post-sales activities. Make a list of steps that clearly outline for the customer the implementation steps. Simplify things as much as possible. Make it easy for the customer to change to your solution. Next, create a customer service contact and resolution process so that you and your customer know exactly what to do should they need help and exactly how each issue gets brought to resolution. Next, create a customer feedback questionnaire. It shouldn't be longer than 10 questions with a mix of ratings and open-ended comments. The last step in this stage is to create an evaluation sheet for yourself. Your manager likely already has one, but if they don't, create one and give it to your manager. Ask them to periodically go on sales calls with you and use the sheet to give you feedback afterwards. Similar to how athletes evaluate their performance on the field, the feedback from your manager is the game film we all need to review that makes us better each and every call. There you have it. You now have a complete framework for a great sales process. Once you apply the details for you and your business, you'll be in great shape to knock your sales goals out of the park.